NaturelleBombshshell here, and welcome again to my channel. As you can tell by the title, I am going to talk about 3 things that you probably have been doing on your hair journey that you don't need to be doing. These are things that have been ingrained in us, instilled in us, but girl, it's hindering your hair journey. So I'm going to delve into those things, and while I do that, as you can see, I have my real hair today. So make sure you click that like, subscribe button, and also that notification bell, just based on the fact that I actually took the time and flat ironed my real hair. Y'all, it was a lot, so I must really love y'all in order for me to do that during the whole pandemic. Can't go to the salon and do it, so, but I think I did, I did a good job, but whatever. Let's get into these tips. So the first thing that you are doing that you shouldn't be doing is clipping your ends. Now, I know it's all, again, ingrained in us. Make sure you clip your ends every 6 to 8 weeks or every 8 to 10 weeks. But when you're on a hair journey, you should be babying your ends, taking care of your ends through protective styling, moisturizing and sealing, wearing buns, low manipulation style, so your ends don't get as damaged, dried out, or stressed out as they would if you weren't taking care of your ends. So as a result, you don't need to clip your ends as often. I clip my ends maybe once or twice a year since I've straightened my hair this time, and I straighten it bone straight for that reason, because it's time for me to clip my ends. My ends are looking a little raggy, but I'm only going to clip off probably, can you see that? Girl, struggling. About this much. Let me do it like this. Yeah, girl, struggling. Anyway, I'm only going to clip about, it's probably maybe like an inch off. And I usually clip my ends. I do the search and destroy method. That's when you actually go through your hair and look for split ends. Now, like I say, I'm going to clip about an inch of my hair because I do have curly hair, and curly hair does tend to get a little raggedy on the ends because you just can't get them bone straight. But I don't even like my hair bone straight, but that's neither here nor there. But I flat ironed it bone straight because I knew I was going to clip my ends. So I would just go through and look through my ends and clip only what needs to be clipped. And even now I can see, based on my ends, I don't really have a lot of split ends. I really can't see any that I have. But again, just to get, my ends, a little bit more evenly, I'm going to clip that. Now, if you go to a beautician, go to someone you trust. I go to this beauty shop where I get my natural hair done. I love their process. There was a girl that was there that used to clip my ends, and she did a great job. She loved how healthy my hair was. She loved the length of it, and she saw and recognized that I didn't have really damaged ends. They were just a little bit uneven. So she would only clip what needed to be clipped. Fast forward, she went to another salon, or stopped working at the salon I was going to. I let this other girl clip my end. Girl, she gave me a whole cut. I mean, I literally went from being like waist length to bra strap length. And again, if you have uneven ends, it doesn't necessarily mean you have damaged ends. For example, if you have layers in your hair, your ends are uneven because you have layers. Some of your hair is up here, some of it is here, some of it is here. But that doesn't mean that they're damaged, right? They're just uneven. But for me, my experience, most beauticians that aren't familiar with natural hair or clipping ends on the hair journey, they just see uneven ends and they just want to start clipping up here. Girl, no, that's not gonna happen. So from now till I find someone that I know and trust, I clip my own ends. So yeah, if you have healthy, thriving ends, you only have to clip your ends probably twice a year. The next tip that I have for you about what you're doing that you shouldn't be doing is shampooing your hair so often. Now, just like anyone, again, when we think of washing hair, we think of using shampoo. Well, I only use shampoo sparingly, probably like every 5 months or 6 months. For the most part, I co-wash my hair. And the reason why I don't use traditional shampoo is because it can be very drying and stripping. And if you have ethnic hair like mine, if you have kinky, coily, curly hair like mine, shampoo strips the oil, which results in damage, breaking, and dry hair. So what I do is I co-wash. I co-wash probably once a week, or no more than every 2 weeks, because when you have 3C, 4A hair like mine, you don't want your hair to get so dried out till it mats when it's curly or when you have it in a protective style. So adding that moisture back in, or keeping your hair moisturized, is, I mean, I just don't know how to tell you how important it is and pertinent it is for you to do that. So I co-wash my hair. I do the lock method to seal in the moisture, means leave-in or liquid, oil, cream, and I put my hair in a protective style. I co-wash again, probably a week, week and a half. I try to go no longer than 2 weeks, because if you have kinky, coily, curly hair like mine, which my texture is 3C4A, when you have type 3, type 4 hair, you need that moisture. And if you keep it up in one style too long, in its natural state, in a curly, coily texture state, it can mat, and you definitely don't want that. So again, try co-washing more, using traditional shampoo less. Another thing that you're probably doing with your hair that you should not be doing is washing your hair in the sink. Now, most times when you wash your hair in the sink, you flip it over, wash it, flip it back, and it is a detangled mess. Again, I'm talking to the 3C, 4A's, 4B's, 4C's type girls like me. So when I wash my hair over a sink, which I don't, I used to, but impossible now. It would get so tangled, so matted, till it literally would take me probably an hour just to detangle. And at the time, I throw on the fact that I was transitioning, I really had a point where I was just like, you know, I would be fine if I just cut all my hair off. Like, I am this frustrated with it. Instead of washing your hair in the sink, wash your hair in the shower. This changed the game for me with detangling, because as you're washing your hair in the shower, the fact that your hair is still in this a downward direction on top of the water, you can literally detangle and wash your hair at the same time, and it cuts the hair time in half for me. And if you have very textured hair, maybe 4B, 4C, you can put your hair in sections, like maybe a braid here and a braid in the back, and you can wash your hair in the braids, and it's totally a game changer for me. So that's what I would recommend. If you have 3C, again, type 4 hair, wash your hair in sections and wash it in the shower. Detangle each section. You'll take one section. So let's just say if this was a section, I braid this up, I put 4 braids in my hair, and as I go by section. So I actually wash my hair while it's in the braid, and then I comb it out, put the conditioner on, and plait it back up. And I do that in each section. And by the time I get to all of my sections, I just rinse out the conditioner while it's still plaited up in the section. Because if you don't get all the conditioner out, that's fine, because it adds, you know, moisture, leave-in, especially if you're keeping it in your natural texture state. Now, if you're doing like a blowout like this, or a flat iron, you may want to wash the excess conditioner out so it just won't be as heavy and oily or whatever. But wash your hair in sections, wash your hair in the shower, and if you're worried about your drains getting clogged, you can buy one of those little drain hair catchers or whatever. Totally changed the game too. And child, I'm telling you, it will save you so much time, energy, and effort. Well guys, those are my top 3 tips for things that you are doing but you shouldn't be doing if you're trying to grow your hair long or if you're on a hair journey. Those tips save time, helps you save your length, and will ultimately help you get to the hair result that you want. Be that healthy hair and long hair, or healthy hair, because the goal should always be healthy hair. Now if you want long hair, medium hair, short hair, that's optional, but the goal should always be healthy hair. All right, well, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Again, make sure you subscribe. Follow me also on Instagram at NaturelleBombshshell.com, where I share more tips and tricks and pictures of my hair journey. Thank you so much, guys. You all stay safe, go forth and prosper.